right? They valued their ethnicity or their nationality. And racists, they didn't want to be slaves of the Bolshevik communist empire. They wanted autonomy, they wanted sovereignty for themselves and their nationality and their culture and their language, and for that they were labeled a racist. So now we have, first it was used against the Indians to destroy the Indian nations, then it was used against the Slavic nations to destroy the Slavic nations. Now it is being used by empire to destroy Western civilization, to destroy the Western nations, the European nations, the white nationalities. The white nations, the Western nations, European nations have to submit to globalist domination, globalist takeover, a globalist subjugation of every Western nation. And if the Western nationalities resist the globalist takeover, the globalist enslavement of their nation, then they are racist. So racist in the globalist imperialist ideolect just means nationist. It just means nationist. It just means localist, somebody who values their local nationality and culture. So the word racist, okay, so different ideolects define words differently. So when a globalist says, what, you don't want your country to have a mass immigration? That's racist. To the globalist, in the globalist ideolect, racist does not mean that you hate other races or you want to rule over other races. No. It's quite the opposite. Racist in the globalist ideolect means that every race has to be ruled by a one world ethos, a one world ideology. It means global slavery for every culture. So the word racist, meaning nationist, has to be the definition has to be challenged and dismissed, because race is just race just means type, kind, sort, class, a distinct people, right? A distinct folk, a distinct kind or type is a race. And an ist is someone who believes that type matters, right? That the kind, sort, or race matters. For example, if you were to replace the Native American Indians with, say, Nigerians, for example. If you were to replace the Apache race with the Nigerian race, would that make a difference? Would that matter? Would that change the Apache nation? Of course it would. Of course it would. If you were to replace, say, the Irish race with the Japanese race in Ireland, if you were to swap the Irish race with the Japanese race, does that matter? Would that cause a change to the Irish nation? Would that define the Irish nation? Of course it would. So that is, you know, objectively what race is. Everyone is objectively a racist, because everyone knows that kind, type, sort, race matters. Of course it matters. So this mode of this modus operandi in which the globalists are using the word racist at this point in time and for the last half century exclusively against the white Western European nations, that means that at this point in history, in the Western languages, racist just means white. Racist just means European or Western. And we see this in all of the Western European countries, that they are accused of being too white. And that being white, that's racist. Because in the globalist ideolect, racist just means white, and thus anti-racist means anti-white in the globalist ideolect. A Danish a former professional anti-racist, he wrote in a Danish newspaper a decade ago that, you know what, the word racist is just a verbal weapon of terror that we deploy against the Danish population to force upon them mass immigration. The word racist in the globalist ideolect is a weapon of terror. It is a weapon of oppression. It is a violencer. It is a dehumanizing, pathologizing, criminalizing term that strips its recipient of his or her humanity and legitimizes violence to be visited upon them. That is what the word racist is in the globalist ideolect. So the other word in the globalist ideolect is the word diversity. Diversity is our strength. Right? Everything has to be diverse. And diversity in the globalist ideolect does not mean a disparate, eclectic amalgamation of different cultures or nationalities. No, diversity just means non-white. Diversity means non-European. Diversity means non-Western in the globalist ideolect. Right? Words have different definitions in different ideolects, in different ideologies. Right? Diversity, you know, comes from the root to divide. So, is this what they mean? Is this what they mean, that they want to divide us? Yeah, they want to divide and conquer, right? But consciously, the globalist, the average globalist minion is not conscious of what he or she is doing when they say diversity and inclusivity. We just want diversity, which means for the family of nations, which is Western civilization, non-white, non-Western, non-European, mass, non-stop, endless mass immigration and forced integration into every Western nation. And any opposition to this is racist. So with these two words, the two heavy hitters of globalism, of the globalist ideology, racist and diversity, spell the destruction of Western civilization, of our Western nations, our culture. And so we have to question it, right? The beginning of resistance is to question the ideology. You question the ideology by questioning the terminology, by questioning the ideolect, the mode in which the globalist defines his terms and imposes them onto the language, onto the battlefield that is the language, and then criminalizes every other ideology by policing the language and excluding the ideolects, that is the competing definition, the competing definitions of words that other ideologies have, must be suppressed, must be excluded from the public discourse. Okay, am I making sense? I've been talking for a while. I've been talking for 24 minutes. Okay.